All right, San Diego State football week 2. Aztecs trying to get to 2-0. They're on the road in Logan, Utah, taking on Utah State Saturday, 6:30 Pacific. You can hear it right here on Xtra 1360. And the head coach of the Aztecs once again joining us on the Loose Cannons, Brady Hoke. Coach, it is awesome to have you, and I want to look ahead here to week 2. Again, mentioning the fact that you guys will be at Utah State. You're taking on a team coached by Gary Anderson. Take us back. I mean, you obviously have a long relationship with Coach Anderson. He was at Utah State when you were at San Diego State initially. He was then in the Big Ten when you were in the Big Ten. What do you know you'll get from a Gary Anderson coach team?
Well, you're going to get a team, John, that's going to be really physical. You know, they're going to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Gary's a D-line coach by heart, so him and I have spent some time together. I went and visited him when he was at Oregon State as the head coach. Went out to a spring practice, and he's a really sound, disciplined football coach and does a great job of preparing his team. We know they'll be physical. Their game last weekend was a little bit like ours. I think in the second half they played a lot better on both sides of the ball, and then obviously we didn't play well in the third quarter, so we got to fix that on our end.
For sake of honesty, we pre-taped the coaches show, which will air tomorrow night at 6 p.m. So Brady, myself, and Judson sat down from a social distance standpoint, and we put that show in the can. But I'm thinking about a question that I didn't ask you that I meant to from earlier today. Brady, how did you feel the young guys played? Because I remember you mentioning before the game that you're worried about the preparation, getting these guys, especially some of the faces that are new to campus, up to speed. How did the youth of your roster play?
Well, it was limited for sure, Rich. Just in some of that, I really believe within the preparation, from Zoom meetings to actual meetings to some of the social distancing things that you did early in camp. I think the young guys really missed some real, I want to say coaching, but development, I think is the right word, that other classes may have. So, when you look at it from that standpoint, we did have some guys, Alan Branch played a little bit for us. He's a guy who just got on campus, or Dallas Branch did. Other than that, Michael Shawcroft made some plays. Garrett Fountain only played one play, but had a forced fumble. So from that standpoint, we're trying to figure out the defensive end position on the left side, and offensively, Nolan Gibbon is really positive for us. Grad transfer from the Harvard to the Midwest, Ball State. So he did a nice job. But, there's some young guys we're still trying to develop and trying to get them ready for live action.
All right, so I know that John and Rich are asking you all these football questions. I'm going in a little different direction, as I often do, Coach. First of all, Tuesday is election night. It's also your birthday. You will be celebrating the same birthday that I just celebrated in July. We're born in the same year, so early happy birthday to you.
Appreciate it.
Yes. And then also we have a new segment called What's for Dinner. Now, you look phenomenal. You've done a tremendous job. You lost this weight. You look great. You look healthy, which is super. Who makes the decision for dinner? Like, do you make the decision on what to eat, or is that decision made for you?
Well, Steve, number one, I'm never home for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
So, and especially during the season. So, if I am home, I get very, very little say in dinner.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The good thing is, and my wife Laura is a great cook, but I do a pretty good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So,
The bread's the key, though, Coach. Bread's the key on that.
Well, yeah, I mean, if we're going to go down this rabbit hole,
Yeah.
I got to ask you because, yes, your birthday's coming up, and I'm sure there's going to be cake and celebrating and Election Day. But it's also Halloween this week, and we almost committed an entire segment to candy.
Yeah.
And I think we have a very, very mixed group as far as favorites go. If you had to, like, deserted island situation and you could only choose one chocolate bar to sit down with for the rest of your time, what chocolate bar would you be bringing with you?
It would be a Kit Kat.
Wow, that didn't even come up.
Thought about the Kit Kat.
That's a good
the
bar.
Kit Kat's that's a good one.
That's a
You get
good
the
one.
Crunchy, you get the nice chocolate. So that one's pretty good.
Can I ask a football question?
You
Or
can
we,
absolutely,
So,
yeah.
I didn't know if we were
if you
talking
might.
I just
football
want
with
to
the
get,
football coach.
Coach and I are on that same plane age-wise.
Here's
so
my
that's
question, Coach. If you could do this every game, if you could run the ball 46 times and you could throw it 25 times and you beat people by 20 points, I mean, that formula works, right? You don't have to throw it half the time or 60% of the time if you're winning football games, right?
No, and you're exactly right, John. I think, our preparation, I thought Jeff and the offensive staff did a really good job deciding not to give too much to our guys in the first game, not to open it up as much as you might. Obviously, we had success. We had 4 backs run the football. Our 2 tackles were our offensive players of the week for the way they played. And really, Alma at center, making a real critical start in place of Dom, really thought he did a nice job. But if we could control the clock and run the football, I'd be very happy.
Yeah, I was impressed with what you guys did at the center position. Really, the tackles played well. I thought William Dunkel from the guard position finished a couple of blocks way downfield. He just played a physical football game. I don't think the Rebels were necessarily prepared for all the heat that they got. Coach, what are your thoughts on casseroles as a dish? No, I'm kidding. What would you offer, if there is any, as far as criticism for Carson Baker? I thought he played a nice game. I thought that he didn't look at any point overmatched. Again, the poise is the word that always resonates and comes to mind when I think of the way he plays and his command of the offense. But if there were anything that you would fix this week leading up to Utah State, what would that be?
Well, obviously everywhere, as far as, everybody on the team, from coaches to players to the non-travel guys and their contribution. I think Carson probably has a couple reads that we wanted to go somewhere else with the football. The pass to Jesse Matthews originally was supposed to be a fade to Kobe Smith in the other side of the end zone because of the clock situation, but he decided to go to Jesse, saw something, and obviously made a good throw, and I thought Jesse made a good catch.
Same.
I think some people don't think that way, but they're wrong. But I thought he did well. Just and I don't like saying managing the offense or being a game manager, but I thought he did a great job of leading an offensive team. From making checks at the line of scrimmage in the run game to just the confidence that he had while he was out on the field.
Yeah, I predicted the headline coming out of the first game was Eric Coryell is back. I really thought you might throw the ball all over the place, but when you run for 300 yards, that's not necessary. I want to get to the defensive side, though, Coach, because obviously the defense looked great in the first game. I know you're always looking at things to improve on, obviously. Well, when you look at the makeup of the team defensively, the personnel that you have, the personalities that you have, is it too much to say that this defense could be, dare I say, close to what that historic defense was a year ago?
Well, it's the first game. And, I think in some ways we we outmanned UNLV a little bit. I think their offensive line was probably not the kind of line that they want to have right now. But you know, as proud of how the guys played on defense. You got 5 sacks and 14 TFLs. They were only 1 out of 15 on third down. We didn't play as well on fourth down, and I thought we did a nice job stopping the run. And if you can start there, then good things can happen.
Coach, we appreciate the time. We're excited for Saturday night, 6:30 right here on Xtra 1360. We're also looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow night again with Judson and Rich right here on Xtra. Thank you as always for your time, and we're looking forward to this weekend.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
There he is. Go Aztecs. There he is, Brady Hoke.